In this episode, we will be discussing Arizona Landlord Retaliatory Conduct Prohibited. The Arizona Residential Landlord and Tenant Act prohibits landlords from retaliating against tenants in the following manner: retaliation and threats of action. Except as provided in this section, a landlord may not retaliate by increasing rent or decreasing services, or by bringing or threatening to bring an action for possession after any of the following. The tenant has complained to a governmental agency charged with responsibility for enforcement of a building or housing code of a violation applicable to the premises materially affecting health and safety. The tenant has complained to the landlord of a violation of the laws found in our video titled Arizona Landlord to Maintain Fit Premises. The tenant has organized or become a member of a tenants union or similar organization. Or the tenant has complained to a governmental agency charged with the responsibility for enforcement of the Wage Price Stabilization Act. Tenant remedies. If the landlord retaliates or makes threats of action in the previous subsection, the tenant is entitled to the remedies provided in our video titled Arizona Landlord Unlawful Removal of Tenant, and has a defense in action against him for possession. In an action by or against the tenant, evidence of a complaint within 6 months prior to the alleged act of retaliation creates a presumption that the landlord's conduct was in retaliation. It is important to note, presumption in this subsection means that the trier of fact must find the existence of the fact presumed unless and until evidence is introduced which would support a finding of its non-existence. Lawful landlord action. A landlord may bring an action for possession if either of the following occurs. The violation of the applicable building or housing code was caused primarily by lack of reasonable care by the tenant or other person in his household or guest. Or the tenant is in default in rent. The maintenance of the action does not release the landlord from liability under the laws in our video titled Arizona Landlord Noncompliance. For additional laws and articles, visit AmericanLandlord.com.